Hello everyone, Mark's Pipes Up here, and today we're doing a comparison video. And take two blends, relatively similar. This time they come from the same blender, and compare and see which one I like better. Alright, and we're going to do it in this meerschaum, because meerschaum doesn't ghost and you can reuse it right away. So we will be comparing Telegraph Hill and GL PEASE Stratford. Both GL PEASE blends, both ribbon cut, both Virginia Perique blends. So we'll see which one I like better. Alright, the first blend we're trying is Telegraph Hill. The back says, a sturdy foundation of Virginia tobaccos, each chosen for its particular character and is enhanced with fine flakes of Perique for a refined smoking experience. Telegraph Hill is rich and flavorful with a satisfying lingering finish. Each sip builds upon the last, creating a marvelous edifice of taste and aroma. You won't worry about earthquakes if your pipe is filled with this wonderful blend. Alright. That's what the tobacco looks like. I put it in the jar. Yeah, last night I'd forgotten which jar this was. So I smelled it before I figured it out. And to me, it smelled, in the jar, it smelled like cornflakes with sugar on top, or maybe Frosted Flakes. I haven't eaten cereal in years, but that's what it smelled like to me. And it's a smell from my childhood, so yeah, it's kind of a nice tin note. Sweet and everything. Now the flavor, flavor in the smoke. Alright, and the retrohale, I hear the nose tingle from the Perique, which is what I'm looking for in any Perique blend, really. And, you know, you get the sweetness of the Virginias. A little bit of a bready kind of again, tasting tobacco smoke is very personal. Like, you might not get the same flavors I do, but I get and even in my notes I got sweetbread. At one point, I had a little lemon in the taste. I like it when Virginia blends get that, because like I smoke 3 fryers sometimes, and one of the things I liked about it is sometimes when it got to the right smoking temperature, it would taste like lemon shake up from the fair. But yeah, that's Telegraph Hill by GL PEASE. It's a good blend. I would recommend. But yeah, great comes through. You get the sweetness of the Virginia. Alright. Now this is the second tobacco we'll be comparing today in our head-to-head matchup between GL PEASE, Telegraph Hill, and GL PEASE Stratford. So we're smoking Stratford back in the same pipe after it's been cleaned out and let cool. So, what does Stratford have to say about itself? Stratford is an enticing blend of delicately sweet, bright, and rich, ripe red Virginia tobaccos, seasoned with just the right measure of fine Louisiana Perique. The wonderfully nuanced interplay of sugar and spice is sure to delight the lover of this time-honored combination. And there's the tin. And I don't know if you can see that tobacco or not, but it's got more dark stuff in it than Telegraph Hill had. Alright, what does it smell like? Alright, a little earthy. Maybe some notes of hay. Alright. So you do get the spice of the Perique in this. Which is why I smoke these, because I like that nose tickle that Perique gives you. So this one I would describe as earthy. That's what comes to mind as I smoke it. You know, a little bit of earthiness. You do get that, nose tickle with the Perique, and the mouthfeel and the taste. So I would describe it as earthy, personally. It's a good blend. It's balanced really well. It's not too much Perique, but there's still a good amount of Perique in it. That's really the one thing that comes to mind to describe this blend is I find it earthy, not overly sweet. Okay, so let's get to the comparison between these two. Telegraph Hill and Stratford. Let's run it down. Telegraph Hill is sweeter. Between the two, this is more like dessert. So if you like really sweet, then this would be your preferred blend, I think. Stratford, as we just went over, is a little bit earthier, more nuanced, I think, and honestly, I think it's, it's not as sweet. I find it to be, I would describe it as darker than Telegraph Hill. Telegraph Hill is really light, sweet. Like I said, more like dessert or childhood breakfast cereal. Stratford is more like, I'd call it more savory than sweet, in my personal taste. I know it said something about being sweet on the can, but it's more balanced sweet. It's like, yeah, it's definitely more savory than Telegraph Hill. So, if you like things a little bit darker than dessert, a little more savory. I mean, it's not the most savory thing out there, so don't focus on that. It's between the two, it's darker. And personally, I prefer this one because I don't have a huge sweet tooth. And I've smoked both of these, through each tin. And this one was good. I really liked this blend, Telegraph Hill. I smoked it first. And I really liked it. And the sweetness didn't really start to bother me until towards the end of the tin, because I was smoking it at work. So I put it in my pipe pouch, and that's what I did with both of these blends. Pretty much just smoked it through. Only smoking, a couple other blends at night. On the weekends, I'd have like 4 or 5 bowls a day of each one of these. So I really got to know the blends. And I prefer Stratford personally, but they're both really good. Both really good quality. And if you like Virginia Periques, then either of them will be a good choice. Again, if you like things a little sweeter, go with Telegraph Hill. If you like things a little darker, go with Stratford. Alright. So if you like this head-to-head matchup, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and maybe some things you would like to see go head-to-head, and we'll see what we come up with. I think I really like doing these. And alright, so let me know in the comments if you like this type of video, and give me some suggestions on what you would like to see go head to head. What I would like, there are, just remember, I'd like the same component tobaccos, not necessarily the same blender, but yeah, mainly just the same component tobaccos. Try to make it as fair as possible, because